Okay, yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in and showing up. It's great so that we can have a good discussion here about things. I mean, we're all aware pretty much of what's been going on recently, but I don't know. There's just been a few other things I wanted to talk about, as well as, you know, just go over some of the things that we've already covered. But I think that the upcoming potential times where they could make an announcement, those are the main things I wanted to focus on. Oh, no problem, Gray. Like, trust me, man. Like I'm happy to cover it for you guys. It's not a problem. You know, I enjoy the game, albeit it has many flaws indeed. But you know, it is still a fun game, and yeah, man. All right, let's see here. Okay, so yeah, I'm sure that you guys all know that in Japan, the arcade version was recently released. This was on April 25th. And in case you haven't heard, no, there was nothing was announced the day before at their Arcnama stream. Nothing was announced. They didn't even show any special character interactions. You know, at first when I saw that, when I heard that we didn't even, like, they didn't even let the special interactions play out when they did have the matches, you know, there the day before it was out in arcades. To me, my initial gut reaction was that, okay, they're trying way too hard to hide every little thing about this game, right? But after the actual arcade release came out the following day, it just seems like the Japanese players, they're not that interested in the special interactions the way that we are here in the West. So, you know, for the time being, I'm just going to assume that they didn't show them just because there in Japan, they're just not as interested in that as we are here in the West. That's what I'm going to take that as, instead of just thinking that they're trying, you know, way too hard to hide things. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt there. But anyway, the arcade version is out, and it looks like there's a big difference with a lot of characters in that version of the game compared to the current one. I personally haven't watched too much gameplay, but the biggest thing that I've noticed is that a lot of characters look like they have a lot more combo routes. Some characters have combo theory now, you know, which is awesome. And it seems just like, in general, a lot of characters have a lot more damage potential solo, which is something that I wasn't expecting that to be something that happens to, or that was given to this many, you know, characters, because a lot of characters have solo damage potential now. I'm not sure if they'll adjust that between the arcade release and the new update that's going to be coming out for consoles next month. We'll see, but at least with what's there right now, it's interesting. So yeah, I mean, rounds can already go by really fast now at high level play if someone makes a mistake, and then, you know, they give their opponent in a happy birthday. But with the way that things are looking now with the new update, it looks like rounds could go by even faster than they already do when we look at, you know, like matches that are going on at EVO, especially within top 8. I really think that it's probably going to be, they can all go by really fast. All they have to do is just make a mistake and have the meter to punish it. That's really it. And you know, if they have corner, someone's probably going to die, just from what I've seen. Noelle solo can do like 14k from what I've seen. And I'm sure that you guys know, you know, like in this current build, you know, Naoto Shirogane, we all know that she has her insta-kills, but it takes 4 bars, you know, for her to be able to do that. 2 bars for the first super, another 2 bars for the actual insta-kill. And of course, you know, she's still like a higher tier character. She has really good traps and everything. But now Chie is able to get a touch of death off of her 5B for just 4 bars. And she can get 20k. Off of one combo, she can get like 20k. So if they don't have burst or anything, and you touch them with Chie, and you have 4 bars, depending on your assist, you can just kill like your opponent right there. I don't know like how much damage she can do now in that kind of a combo, but I'm pretty sure it's not like guaranteed kill no matter what. I'm pretty sure it's not that high. I think it's like 14 to 16k, but yeah, with the new update, it's going to be like 20k. So even characters like Tager and Waldstein, touch them, they don't have burst, they can die if you have 4 bars of meter, you know. Yo, Kirito, what's up, dude? Let's see here. So I thought that was interesting. Also, it looks like, it even looks like, you know, Kanji's looking at least like a little bit better with the little bit that I've seen of his new gameplay. He's looking at least a little bit better. There hasn't been much that I've seen, but so far I'm liking what I see. He might be able to actually be an actual threat instead of needing to know every bit of tech that he can do in order to accomplish anything with this character. You know, it looks like he might actually have proper tools to engage the opponent, and I'm like, wow, this would be great. So, you know, but I'm gonna wait for it to hit console before I can make, you know, my judgment about that. So that'll be later. Alright, cool. So first, I wanted to talk about, first I wanted to mention MCM Comic Con, which is a con that's going to be in the UK. I don't know if you guys saw the message on Twitter, but PQ Games tweeted out that Mori, President Kiduka, and also the producer of Kill la Kill If, Takeshi Yamanaka, they're all going to be there at MCM Comic Con. And I don't know if you guys, you know, noticed this, but it's rare for all of them to show up. It's rare for, like, Mori and Kiduka to show up anywhere, but all of them are going to be there late May. I forgot the exact date, but it's late next month. And they're going to have BBTAG and Kill la Kill If there and playable. Now, on Twitter, I said that I think that would be a good place for them to make the official announcement for the next character pack. You know, that's what I was thinking. And then some people said, well, they're probably not going to do that because they always make announcements either in Japan or they make announcements here in the US, right? And that is true. Those two things are true. Rain, in my opinion, I like the buffs that they're giving Yang. I'm good with them, but then again, I'm probably going to pick her up again when they come out, so that's probably just my bias showing right now. But yeah, I like them anyway. I saw some of them. She can cancel in a special after JC. It is looking pretty cool. No combo. I did not hear about Guilty Gear characters being added to a mobile game. I'm guessing you mean BlazBlue Dark War. That's what I'm assuming. Yo! Oh, awesome combo. That's awesome. Yeah. If we got a crossover Guilty Gear game, that'd be really cool. Awesome. So let me see here. Yeah, getting back to what I was saying. The thing is this. It looks like they're trying to get the attention of their fan base in the UK. And I think it'd be really smart if they did announce something there at MCM Comic Con. Because, you know, then the fans who are there, you know, they show up and they meet, you know, Mori and Kiduka, they meet them, you know, when they go back home, they can tell their friends, like, oh, I met them, and then, you know, if they're friends, you know, probably some people will probably be like, so what? You met a game developer, whatever, you know, but if they announce something, you know, what if they could tell their friend, oh, hey, but your favorite character was announced for BBTAG? That would be something that they'd be, like, pretty excited about, you know, if that happened. I just think it will be a great way to spark interest again in their games, and, you know, it's pretty much because, again, they've only made announcements in the US and Japan, you know, the bigger announcements in US and Japan in the past, and the thing is, they don't have to keep doing that. They can, you know, there's no reason for them to keep on doing that. They can, you know, do something different. They can be more open with, or inviting with their UK fan base, because I don't know if you guys know, but apparently the game isn't too popular in the UK, because from what I've heard, the servers for the UK are almost always dead, and I think this is their chance. This is Arx's chance to, you know, be more active in a way with the UK fan base, and to make it seem like, to give them the same attention that they give the American and the Japanese fans. And I think that would be really good for them, and it would definitely boost their perception of, you know, how things are, you know, and how important they are in relationship to the other fan bases in other countries as well. So I do hope that happens. Now, moving on to, one second, let me just double check the chat real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the American fan base. Let's see. Oh, you guys are talking about Dengeki Bunko. Alright. Yeah, Rain, they do need to pay some more attention with, you know, to the fan base of BBTAG. I definitely agree with that, dude. Like, I wholeheartedly agree with that, man. Alright. Okay, Combo. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Epic 7, but alright. I'll say the animation looked good. Alright, cool. So, oh, also on a side note, I just want to throw this out there. Those of you who are unfamiliar with Kill la Kill If, or those of you who have like a bad opinion of 3D Arena Fighters, which Kill la Kill If happens to be one, I want you to get rid of your preconceptions about arena fighting games and to actually give Kill la Kill If a try. And when I say that, I mean there's gameplay out there. If you're gonna take a look at the gameplay, please look at a current build of gameplay, a more recent build of gameplay, because the older ones are outdated in terms of like how some of the mechanics work and how fast things, you know, go in terms of their pacing. The game is looking awesome. As someone myself who's not that interested in arena fighters, this one is looking really good, not only visually, but mechanically. This game is, it's literally looking like the first arena fighter with potential to have a truly competitive scene around it, right? It looks like it's going to have balance, like they're going to have proper fighting game mechanics. It's just going to be in a 3D arena environment, and I think that that's going to be something really awesome to see when the game comes out. So I just want you guys to give it a chance. Don't just label it as an arena fighter. Don't, you know, because I know a lot of people just say arena fighter equals bad. You cannot, that does not apply to this game. I know what you mean. Trust me, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Ninja Storm, as good as it was in terms of visuals, was not balanced. Not at all. My Hero Academia, One's Justice, not balanced. I know what you mean. This game is different. Do not, you know, come at this game with those notions. You know, please just give it like a fair shake. Alright. Yes, Gray, yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell him. The game does look really, really good. Okay, cool. So, let me keep going here. Alright, so, from the American fan base perspective, looking at things, I don't know if you guys are aware, but after we didn't get any kind of announcements on the arcade, like during the arcade version's stream, the day before it hit the actual arcades in Japan, there were some people who were extremely upset. Some people expected pricing information and other things too relating to the console release, and I was just kind of surprised. I mean, literally, at least to me, it was very clear that they had that stream specifically to market the game that was going to be released in Japan the following day. That was not for the console release. I think that people being upset about not getting console release details, I think that's kind of, I don't see the reason for that. I do understand that they're upset that there wasn't any kind of announcement, because I was pretty sure that we were going to get at least something. You know, I said that we might not get anything, that they don't need to give us anything, but I said that it was possible that they could reveal something. But, you know, still nothing was shown. And the thing is, right now, the player base is just hypersensitive to, you know, any little thing that ArcSys does or doesn't do, because we've been trying to decipher something that they're saying out of nothing. Like we're literally grasping at their silence, trying to make out what it is that, you know, some message, right? That's literally, at this point, what we're trying to do. We're trying to get a message from their silence. And I honestly think that it never should have gotten to this point in the first place, you know? Yo, Kirito, yeah, dude, after I cover the news or so, if you're on, then we can have, like, a few rounds, dude. Let me see. Alright. So, you know, there's that. People are also raging about the lack of proper representation, you know, for the four base franchises, and understandably so. It's something that we've made abundantly clear to Arc System Works ever since, you know, the game's been out. Arguably even before the game came out, since the leak happened before the game even released, and people immediately reacted to it. Some people say that like the fan base was upset just because the leak happened. I don't think that was the case. The fan base was upset last year because of who was in the leak over some other characters that they expected to get in and should have been in before them. That's you know, I think that's more the case than, oh, a leak happened, because that doesn't make that much sense, honestly. I can understand ArcSys being upset about the leak happening, but not necessarily the fan base. Let's see here, and, you know, it's been a long time since we've gotten, well, we don't even have, like, a full Season 2 announcement yet. We don't even have that yet, and, you know, just to put some things in perspective, I've even seen, like, some Fighters players complain about, quote-unquote, being in the dark and not knowing what the future of their season is like for Fighters, and I honestly don't understand, like, what they're talking about. ArcSys has spent a lot of time with Fighters. There was only a 3-month gap between Season 1 and Season 2 for Dragon Ball Fighters. You know, Season 2 revealed 2 characters that were coming out in a few days after they revealed them, and then they also revealed the last 2 characters that are coming out, which were 2 characters that a lot of people were really hyped about because of Dragon Ball Super Broly. I don't see I don't see how anyone could be upset about Dragon Ball Fighter Season 2, except for the fact that GT Goku doesn't have the SS4 install. That's stupid. I don't care what anyone says. I think it was dumb to try to fuse 2 different characters like that into one, but not having the Super Saiyan 4 install, that's just unforgivable. It's not Arc's fault. That is definitely Bandai Namco's decision. I'm sure that Arc would never look at the source material like they always do and say, let me put this Dragon Ball, you know, Dragon Ball Goku, and then let me get the GT Goku, let me put them in the same character. I don't think that would ever come to their minds. That was something that Bandai Namco specifically told them to do. Just saying. But anyway, regardless of their mistake, their major blunder with GT Goku, the rest of Season 2 seems fine, and that's nothing compared to the 9 months that it's going to be before we get our follow-up, anything that comes after the end of our Season 1. When next month comes, it'll be, you know, 9 months. You know, 9 months would have passed, and then we'll be getting the first round of characters. And, you know, as of right now, we still don't have any proper, concrete Season 2 information. Yo, Nova, oh yeah, dude, you actually got here, like, literally a couple minutes after I talked about that. I haven't seen too much footage myself, but I have seen some things that are really good. A lot of characters have a lot of good solo damage potential now. You know, like Noel. I saw specifically Noel. I saw a little bit of Kanji. Kanji looks like, you know, he might become closer to viable. I haven't seen enough of Kanji to know if he is viable, but he's getting closer. At the very least, he's gotten a little bit closer. I've seen some Waldstein. Waldstein, if he gets you in the corner, you're gonna die. Waldstein is gonna kill you if you get in the corner. I've seen like a lot of interesting things. There's some interesting combo theory now with Ruby, which I'm excited about. Everyone is saying that Heart is going to be really strong of a character, which I knew that from the second, like, as soon as I saw some actual gameplay of her, like, you know, when they, back late March, whatever, I knew that she was going to be a good character. And then the more I see, I'm just like, okay, this character is going to be really strong. Naoto, I haven't actually taken a look at Naoto in BBTAG yet, but I've heard that some things seem like they've been a little bit toned down. I gotta see how much though. I hope not too much. I think that Naoto's DP is gonna be so good. If he has good recovery on his DP, that DP is gonna be like top tier DP. Not even lying. Like, that'll be better than Yu's DP. If he has recovery the same as you, his DP is going to be like the best DP in the game, because he can fly halfway across the screen doing his DP. Bro, it's ridiculous, man. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, what I've seen, man. It is looking good. I've heard that some things look crazy. I will say that Aigis can fly. That's a problem. That's a problem for Kanji. I can't attack her. She can literally just fly. She can fly at the top of the screen, like, she can fly, bro. That's a problem, and it needs to get fixed. That's the one thing I've seen that I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's not okay. But, oh, and then I've seen some Gordeau. I've seen some recent Gordeau gameplay. It's looking good. It's looking really good. The man goes in, he does his 2B, knocks you into the air, goes for Grim Reaper, and then you can tech out in the middle of his Grim Reaper because the hitbox doesn't go that high. It's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. Gordeau is no longer a living hitbox. Thank God. It took long enough, but it's no longer the case. Alright. Nova. I think that Arxis hasn't done an Arc Live in a little while. Probably because, to be honest, I think it's just because the next time they do, they want to have the build of the game. Because they mentioned that kind of in their last stream. Their last stream was so awkward too. I don't know if you saw it. I talked about it like after it happened on my stream. But their last Arc Live was so awkward. They literally had nothing. They showed us things. They showed us trailers that were already out. And then the only thing new that they mentioned was like, they mentioned a sentence about like the last stop or whatever for the Arc Revo tour at the end of the year, and then they also confirmed that America is getting the Kill la Kill If Special Edition. Those were the only two new pieces of news that they gave us. Everything else was just like a rehash of what we've already known. So I thought that was extremely weird. And then, like, for questions, they can't even answer questions. Like, I asked them about the pricing of things. I asked them a couple of things, and then I got some answers, and I shared them, you know, on the stream and everything, but no, I mean, it was the weirdest thing. Like, that stream was so dry. There was nothing going on at all. I was just like, what's the point of the stream? That's what I'm thinking to myself, because literally in a couple of tweets, they could have covered everything new they mentioned on the stream, but in, like, a fraction of the time, in seconds, you know? It didn't make any sense to me. But anyway, let me move on here. Right, okay, so yeah, some people were talking about how fighters, I don't know, they were complaining about fighters, and I'm just like, man, if you're not complaining about Super Saiyan 4 Goku not being in the game, you don't have a reason to complain about Season 2 for fighters, in my opinion, anyway, man. Getting hype movie characters that they were revealed the day of Season 2, and you got 2 characters coming out right after. Give me a break, man. Alright, okay, yeah, so, you know, we all know, yeah, people are still waiting for the same characters that we've been talking about since last year. And now on top of that, it's looking like they might potentially have screwed up the picks for Arcana Heart, and people are raging about it. Some people are assuming that we're not getting any more characters. We've already had the discussion where we know that more reps are coming. We just don't know who. We literally, at this point, we don't know, we don't have any idea who. And on top of this, the day that ArcSys had their stream where they made no announcements, later on that same day, Examu announced Arcana Heart 3, Love Max, 6 stars, Extend, and the thing is, this version of the game features Petra, a new character, and this just, again, in my opinion, further confirms that more Arcana Heart reps are coming to BBTAG. Now, again, I don't know what this information means in relating, relating to Saki or Weiss, but in my opinion, this is just me looking at things. I don't know Arcana Heart well enough to even know if this is plausible. I'm just throwing it out there because it's a thought that came to me, just so you guys know. But I'm sure that you guys who played Arcana Heart, you would know this better than I do. And if you firmly believe this is not the case, feel free to say so, because I can't even disagree, because I don't, this is just an idea. But kind of like how the Ruby fans want Team Juniper in BBTAG, despite not all of them having unique or fun movesets, if you compare them to the rest of the current cast of BBTAG, if they were added into the game, they just, either would have some similar movesets or not as unique movesets. At least when you look at all of Team Juniper, Nora and Pyrrha will be the two exceptions to that, maybe they just wanted to pick 4 Arcana Heart reps that would be fun to play, have unique playstyles, and make the players that are unfamiliar with the series want to pick up the new game that they just announced. That's my thought. I'm gonna keep an eye on the comments just to see what you guys say here. Yeah, Nova. I totally believe that's totally possible, man. I'm actually gonna mention some more details about when I expect for them to address the console release in a little bit. I have that. I already plan on covering that, dude. But yeah, they could do that. They could have a stream. They could have a tweet. I mean, there's a lot that they could do to address that. Okay, so, Combo, I think that the reason why they're not... Well, okay, I think we are going to get Ultimax characters. That's the first thing. The second thing, I think that, if you think about it, is there really that big of a deal between this new Extend version and the current version? We really don't know yet. All we know is that it has one more character. So if you think about it, it's only that one new character that's excluded from even being able to possibly join the game. Which I don't think that's a problem at all. Now, the marketing reason for that, I personally believe, is that Arcana Heart's joining BBTAG to advertise for Arcana Heart Extend that's going to be coming out. So they have Arcana Heart joining BBTAG, Heart I Know, and then I guess a few other characters. Most likely, just from what I'm looking at here, most likely characters that are going to be fun to play and appeal to the American audience here, the Western audience, so that they'll say, wow, these characters are so much fun to play. And then when they release, this Extend version of Arcana Heart 3, then they're like, wow, I love these characters. Let me go and pick up the new Arcana Heart 3 game that, it just came out. That's honestly what I think the case is. I think that Ultimax is going to join the roster because Persona 5 Arena is going to be a totally different beast than the previous games. If we were getting a Persona 4 Arena Ultimax Deluxe or Ultimax Extend, whatever you want to call it, then I think that Ultimax characters will be added, and then that new Ultimax version of the game, Ultimax 2, Ultimax Deluxe, would be announced alongside. So far, Eunice is the only one that it looks like we actually have their current version in the game. But even then, there's still a couple of characters that we can't get in the game because they're guest characters in that game. And who knows? We know that Eunice is going to be at Evo. We know that French Bread said they have an update planned for it. Maybe we're going to get, I don't even know what they would call it, dude. Undernight latest I don't know, man. you know, the next thing. We would get the next thing after latest. Latest, extend, latest future, whatever they want to call it. You know, that's possible. But at least from what I've seen, I think that that's why they've been handling things like this. Let me see. Who knows? It might be latest. How would you? That's not even. You can't even pronounce that, bro. Latest ST. That would be weird. But yeah, you get the whole idea. There'd be a new version, potentially. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. They already have characters that we can't get in this game. I think the whole point here is that they get characters in this game, but they retain something that they can sell to, that like the companies themselves that are lending the characters, they'll be able to sell something new to this fan base who's like playing BBTAG. Getting their characters in the game isn't just for the fans, it's also for marketing to the people who aren't familiar with the franchise. You know, at least that's what it looks like so far, from what I've seen. I could be wrong. Who knows? Also, Shiki, the person who leads the development of Ark's PC ports, he retweeted that announcement from Examu, and some people asked him some questions relating to it, but all he did, well, he answered them, but I asked him one of my questions, and pretty much I wanted to know if it was Examu or Arc System Works that redrew Heart Sprite, you know, for BBTAG, and if it was possible that this new version of the game would have new sprites. And that was a question that I thought was totally, like, fair game, something that, you know, would easily, you know, you can easily just give an answer to it, and he did not respond to it at all. And that just seemed really weird to me. I mean, I don't think we already know that Heart's coming. Does it really make a difference if we know who handled the sprite? But the thing is this, if Arc did not have to handle the sprite at all, then that just means that they had more time to draw the Ruby characters, you know, and get them done, you know, get all that taken care of. But we don't have any confirmation of anything either way, you know, yet. So, just letting you guys know. You know, so yeah, the Arcana Heart fans are just kind of not sure about how things are gonna go. They're kind of upset just looking at things as they are right now. And those who go to tournaments right now, they're also, you know, kind of angry at ArcSys because the meta is now evolving in Japan, and there's no way for the people here, you know, in the West to you know, get their hands on the patch without going to like a special event or something where they happen to have it. You know, excluding that, there's no way for us to get our hands on it, right? We have to wait until mid-May to get that update. And you know, at this point, having waited this long, you know, I think it makes sense to at least wait and see what's in the data mine of the patch next month before deciding to quit the game. I've seen a lot of people who they've just said, literally because there was no announcement at their stream earlier this week, that they're gonna quit the game. And that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you're gonna quit the game, the thing is, there was no announcement that you should have really been expecting at that stream. No major announcement anyway. Once the console version is coming into sight, which again I'm going to talk about when I think that's going to be, then that's when you can expect, oh, okay, now we're going to get the details. We already knew it was coming mid-May. Now we're going to get the details of the console version. Now we're going to get the details of the characters. And, you know, if they want to, now we're going to get the details of the character pass. I just think at this point, just wait until the middle of next month. I think that just makes sense at this point. Let's see. Interesting. I did not know that they had mods on PC that could upscale the sprites that well. That's interesting to know. But still, though, someone definitely had to redraw it though to get that on the console, on the console build of the game. Let me see. So yeah, the thing is, at this point, it's just that ArcSys their marketing and their PR have been so bad that some people just don't want to deal with it, even if the game is fun, even if they, really enjoy the game. They just don't want to deal with the way that they're handling things. They don't want to deal with their bad marketing, and it's just, literally, it's just been that bad lately, and I think that sucks. I think that ultimately the worst case scenario that could even happen here is that, we all know that ArcSys, with how they've done things with their marketing relating to BBTAG, they've shot themselves in the foot multiple times here, and, with how they were quiet for the 6-month period, again, shooting themselves in the foot. But if the data mine of the patch shows that they haven't even been listening to fans in the West, at that point, honestly, it'll be the equivalent of them shooting themselves in the head this time. And with as little attention as they'd have paid, the game would probably be dead before they knew it, and EVO 2019 would probably end up being its resting place. And as much as that would suck, it is a possibility, and at this point, either they haven't been putting much time into ensuring that this game has a future, or they've just been working on this, for a while now, and they've just been keeping everything quiet. At this point, I really believe it's one of the two. I'm hoping that the character pack that's coming next month is a good indicator that they've been listening, and that this is just the start of what's to come for Season 2 of BBTAG. And I think that if that's the case, then the majority of the fans, once Season 2 is out, it's out. The game at that point will feel complete as far as the base 4 franchises go, and even if ArcSys hates that the game was data mined again this year, and does something really stupid afterwards, like go even quieter. Let's say they did something that was just, really just dumb, and they just go really, really quiet for when it comes time for Season 3 details, right? It won't matter to most of us anymore. And I say that, because yeah, I will say though that if Season 2 doesn't have what people have been asking for all this time, if it doesn't, let's just say that it doesn't, but then they continue to add more franchises, because we know they're going to be adding more franchises, right? If it doesn't have what we've been asking for, right? If they don't please their longtime fans, because pretty much that's what this game appeals to, longtime fans and the Ruby fans. Even if they add new franchises that are hype, really hype, have a really big fan base, it might be successful in the short term. But in the long term, it would definitely be detrimental to the company. Sure, maybe the franchise, maybe, they can get one with a huge fan base, and a lot of people will pick up the game, and they'll buy the new characters, and of course ArcSys will profit from that long enough to keep doing that over and over for the last few franchises. That could work. But ultimately, at the end of it all, most of the people who got BBTAG for the characters, and if this was to happen, most of the people wouldn't be getting the next mainline BlazBlue or Guilty Gear, or at the very least I'll say BlazBlue, because it is a different team that handles Guilty Gear. They wouldn't, most of them probably wouldn't, sure some will, but most won't. And for the new people, they probably got BBTAG, if their favorite franchise was added, just because it was their favorite franchise. And the thing is, if they did that, not listening to the fans in the West, that would just be stabbing their long-term fans who've played the game, who've played BlazBlue for the last decade. The people who supported Uni, which even though French bread makes Uni, ArcSys does make money off of that because they publish the game in Japan. And also, the people who played Persona 4 Arena, it would be like stabbing all of those fans in the back if they literally just turned, a blind eye and they didn't listen. And I'm pretty sure that they probably wouldn't trust ArcSys, or at least Team Blue of ArcSys, after that point, and that would kind of like damage the reputation that they've built, you know, up until this point. But, you know, like I said, if they have been listening to fans, you know, regarding this, and we see that next month, then that does guarantee the game has long-term sustainability. And once the characters come out, once Season 2 is out, as long as they release balance updates on a regular basis to make sure that nothing really stupid, like, you know, Gordeau's combination of hitboxes and really good frame data is in the game, then Season 2 will definitely do, like, wonders for the hardcore fan base. And everyone will have their villains, most people will have their favorite characters, and, you know, mostly excluding, you know, Ruby fans. I'm sure that even if we do get a couple more Ruby characters, a lot of people won't have their favorites, but overall, if they make, you know, decent picks at least for Ruby, I think that'd still be great. You know, still work out. You know, you guys see what I mean there. Even if they don't have their favorites, you know, I'm sure they'll play the game. They might not stick with it, but it'll help. I'll say that. And, you know, of course, after Season 2, sure, they'll probably keep announcing new fates, but most of you guys, I'm guessing, if they went quiet about a new fate that you had no idea what it was, would you guys, like, actually get angry about that? Like, I don't think you guys would. I know that some people, like, a few people might, but, you know, I think that if we had what we were waiting for all this time in Season 2, I just don't think that, that not, you know, knowing, oh, like, what's the 7th fate? What's the 8th fate? You know, I don't think that even if they took their time with that, even if they did that to quote-unquote spite us for data mining the game, if it does get data mined next month, I don't think it'd really bother anyone. You know? At least I don't think so. The fan base that they'd be revealing it for, you know, whatever fan base they're trying to pull in, they wouldn't know that they're about to announce it until after it's been announced. So, in my opinion, I think that at that point, no one would really be upset about anything, for the most part. And, you know, like I said, as long as they make sure the meta, stays healthy and, you know, and balanced and fresh, then I don't think that there's anything that they could do at that point. Alright, I need to make sure I move around a little bit there. Okay. Alright, let me double check the chat here. Yeah, Gray, if we got, well, personally, I predicted that we would get 6 character packs total in Season 2. But yeah, man, you know, I don't know how you're saying it. 4 to 5 more packs, you know, definitely, that would be awesome, dude. Yeah, Rain, like that, it would be like, I mean, pretty much that's what it would be like, man. It would be like, here lies BBTAG, Evo 2019, RIP. Like, you know, but hopefully none of that, you know, even, it doesn't even come close to anything like that happening. Let's see here. Yes, combo. That is exactly like when they first... I had the same idea. If they treated this game as more of like an active service instead of just like regular, you know, regular seasons or whatever, I think that would be really, really cool, personally. I mean, obviously, it would still, you know, resemble what we know now as seasons, but if the game does well enough, it would be cool if they were able to keep this going, you know, as long as it had constant support. I would like to see that, dude. Combo. So, the 6th fate, right, like, that's the thing. We don't know how this quote-unquote this year of DLC. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna call it this year of DLC because I'm calling it Season 2. I would say that we're getting the 6th Fate this year, but I don't know how. The thing is, I don't know what to call it at this point. Like, I don't know how it's gonna look. All I know, or I personally do believe that we're gonna get the 6th Fate revealed at EVO, and that we're gonna get the 6th Fate. We're gonna get the first 6th Fate character this year. I believe those two things. I just don't know if it's gonna be Season 3. I don't know if they're gonna call it Season 2.5. Because if it's Season 2, if we get at least like 4 or 5 character packs between now and EVO, you could argue that's enough for a Season 2, but I mean, the thing is, I'm just confused. Like, I don't know when we're gonna start getting characters. We don't even have the Season 2 announcement yet, so that's why I'm confused about how this is all gonna work. Is it gonna be 2 new Fates within 1 season? Is it gonna be this Fate is gonna be its own half season? Like, how is that gonna work? You know, there's a lot of questions. I have my own theories about it, but literally we won't know how it's gonna look until EVO. I feel like EVO's reveal is gonna answer so many questions. I feel like the data mine next month is gonna determine the fate of the game, and then I feel like, assuming, for example, you know, like how we did get a stealth update earlier this year. In case you guys forgot that, we did get a stealth update. Well, not, you know, we got an update earlier this year, and it was supposed to address the PSN issues. But we didn't get any new data for any of the characters that are coming in the new patch next month. So it's possible that in the patch next month, if you data mine it, you'll get characters that are coming between now and EVO. But if there's going to be another major update, like BBTAG 2.0 or something that they announce at EVO with the 6th Fate, then yeah, I don't think that those characters are going to be in the data mine next month. But I still think that the data mine next month is going to determine how the future of the game is going to go. Because if the returning characters that we want are in there somewhere, then there we go. We have what we want. But I don't think anyone's going to be upset if, like, there's no data for a 6th Fate franchise or whatever. And it's possible that it might not be in there. We might have to wait until whatever update comes after EVO to get that. So, whew, who knows? Yeah, Nova. Actually, Campro, I don't have a capture card, so, like, I can't, like, go on the internet or anything and then just, like, react to something while it plays, whatever. I gotta stream straight from my PS4, bro. So, until I get a capture card, then, fortunately, it's gotta be that way, man. Alright, let's see here. Right, okay. Okay, right, combo. Okay, now I get what you're saying, dude. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think that... See, the thing is this. I'm expecting for there to be another 1 or 2 character packs coming out between now and EVO. Because I think that at EVO, by the end of their announcement, whatever they're announcing, there should be a total of 4 Arcana Heart characters by then. I don't see any reason for there to be less than that by the time they finish announcing whatever at EVO, right? And then I'm thinking that immediately after EVO, all 4, whatever the packs are with the Arcana Heart characters, they should be available, like, right after EVO. Because I'm assuming that they want to drop something immediately. They haven't announced something and dropped it immediately in so long, and I think that's, like, the most hype thing that a company can do. So, I think that, I'm expecting that to happen. I'm expecting the 6th Fate reveal to happen. I'm expecting this, the 7th Fate tease to happen. And I'm expecting either Ryugo and Satsuki to be revealed, or for whatever hype guest character team that they got to be revealed. I'm expecting all of that to be announced at EVO. Those are my expectations. You know, let me see here. But yes, I forgot. The point I was making there was that, yeah, they could announce something there. Let's say they announce Ryuko Satsuki and the 6th Fate, okay? They could announce them there, and then if it's going to be another 3 months after they're announced that we start getting any of those characters, it happens in August, so November is when we would start getting some of those characters. So I do totally believe that November, December, we could be getting more characters then. Yeah, Gray. I think that between now... Great. Okay, I think between now and the end of EVO, there should be like 5 to 6 packs total. That's what I personally think. 5 to 6 packs total. Yeah, Combo, I agree with that. A total of 6 packs right after EVO, including the current one. But when I say that, when I say that that's the total, I don't include... I'm not including the 6th Fate pack that would be coming out months later. That's what I'm saying. So that's excluding the 6 Fate packs. That's only including characters up through the 5th franchise. But that's just what I personally think. But yeah, I have just a little bit more to go here, guys, so let me get through this really quick. Okay, right. So of course, if Season 2 leaks, most likely it's going to be all over, you know, social media, you know, Twitter, maybe people will be posting on their Facebook page, whatever. So just a heads up, and I think that this is really important, just a heads up, if you see anyone trying to rub it in their face that you know, the leak, you know, the game was data mined after they tried so hard to hide everything, which that's likely that someone would do that out of spite towards this company because they literally irritated people to that point. I could definitely see someone commenting that, right? You know, and I know I won't be one of those people. You know, we can just talk here on my stream, and we can celebrate here on the stream in private, secretly, without them knowing that we're so happy about the data mine, but not tell them to their face. Mainly because if someone did that, they would just be trying to hurt the company's feelings or you know, to make them feel bad, honestly. And I don't think there's no reason for that. If it's like, especially if it's something hype, there's no reason at all to try to make the company feel bad. Like, if it's data mined and literally all the hype characters are there, why would you try to make the company feel bad, man? At this point, I feel like it would be best if it was data mined. Just DM people who ask for the data mine information. You know it's not going to work that way, but I really feel like that would be the best thing. Not let them even have any idea that it's been data mined. Let them just sit there and blissfully be happy, like, yeah, we did it. We did it. They don't even know what's coming. And then we're just here like, oh yeah, they did it. They did it. And then I think that would be the best thing in my opinion, but we all know that someone is going to comment to them directly and try to rub it in their face. So if someone does that, which most likely will be the case, then I think that, you know, the best thing to do in response to that would be to thank the company at that point for listening to the fans and doing what's right and what's been necessary for the game. You know, try to make them feel good about it. Even though, like, it leaked, make them feel good about what it was they put the effort into, you know? And I know that's what I'm personally going to do if I see someone trying to rub it in their face. You know, I'd be thanking them for Terumi and Adachi and all the other hype characters finally getting into the game, even though they should have been there from the beginning, and it took them a whole year for them to finally show up. I would still, you know, thank them for getting into the game and for doing the right thing. So, just putting that out there, I just don't want them to feel bad if someone does do that, because I just don't want them to, like, I don't want them to flip out, even though, like, even if we got the Season 2 characters and they were really quiet about Season 3, 7th Fate, whatever else, it wouldn't bother me at that point, but I still wouldn't want them to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want them to do it, because ultimately they would just be hurting themselves, and I want the game to do as well, you know, as it can, to be as successful as possible, so. Gray. I think at this point, man, I mean, I've thought about that. If the data mine doesn't have anything, two things. There's actually a couple of scenarios I thought of. One, it's possible the new characters coming out next month won't be a part of the character pass. And then when they announce the following character pack, like in less than a month after those are out, then they'll have the character pass. But listen, if they did that, and this will be, again, only if they're trying like stupid hard to hide things, if they did that, then I could see them, whatever the price the character pass costs, if you bought the previous character pack, that amount you paid is subtracted from the character pass. So then you're not paying anything more. They just delayed everything by not putting it out there. I could see that happening. But again, I don't think that's too likely. But yeah, there's that. And then if it literally doesn't show, if people data mine it and it doesn't have anything there, I don't know. I mean, it's just hard for me to believe that there won't be anything there. And I say that because Mortal Kombat 11 got data mined. Dragon Ball FighterZ got data mined. BBTAG, you know, the beta, got data mined. I mean, come on, man. I'm pretty sure that there's gonna have to be something there. Just something. And odds are, at this point, I personally expect for them to give us the full Season 2 announcement before it even hits consoles. There's just a few different things I'm looking at right now. I just think that odds are something's going to be there. Either the data mine, they're going to give us the official reveals, or the silhouettes, or even if they don't give us anything at all, but they put the character pass out when the characters come out, then on the Nintendo Switch, there's going to be a list of packs, so we'll know how many packs are coming. One of those things, man. One of those things have to be there. I don't know, Gray. Considering how they've been rushing for things, and I can tell they've been rushing for things because there are glitches that are popping back up in fighters. You know, after their new update. I don't know, man. I would just think that it's likely that there's something somewhere. That's just me personally. I'm pretty sure there's something somewhere. I don't know. Combo, dude, at this point, data mining this game would only help them. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they like it or not. But at this point, data mining the game would only help them, dude. Oh, also, just letting you guys know, as of today, Golden Week has officially started in Japan. ArcSys is going to have this time off. I'm not sure if they're going to be on social media, if they're going to be active or anything. I'm not sure about that, but in terms of working, it seems like they're just completely off. So don't expect any kind of news during this time. And they're going to be returning, you know, back to work on May 6th. So that will be the Monday. Not this coming Monday, obviously, but the Monday that comes up a little bit over a week from now. That's when they're going to be returning back to work. And that's the week of May 6th. That's the week that I expect for them to announce that we're getting, you know, like when we're going to be getting the Arc Nama stream, or, you know, whatever the stream will be that gives us the console details, either that, or a trailer, or something. That's the week they come back, that's when we should be getting the details. So, that is something to look forward to, but until then, don't expect anything to be talked about or announced. Just a heads up.